My name is Cristo, and I wanted to talk with you today about the time that I've had to spend engaging energetically the spiritual teachers Panache Desai, Amri Desai, as well as Amma, the hugging saint. And I wanted to be able to communicate to you some of the wonderful things that I've seen about each of these teachers, as well as help clarify some of the points that once seen into will help you understand where each teacher is coming from energetically and the special gifts and attributes that they bring to help heal humanity at a collective level. I'd like to begin just by talking about which chakra is most active in each of the energetic systems of the teachers presented. Now, I'm just going to present them in turn and share with you what this means in terms of how they engage or the sort of work that they do within the collective consciousness or within collective humanity. Now, the first teacher is Panache Desai, and when I energetically engage his system through clairvoyance, what I'm looking for are the specific structures that he carries within his energy field. And the first thing that I note upon engaging his energy field is that his crown chakra is actually his most active center. And so I'm going to write that here on the board. So his crown chakra. That means that his seventh chakra is the most active center in his system. And so it also helps begin to explain some of the rhetoric or some of the speech that Panache Desai uses in his seminars and in his webinars. You know, he is all the time, you know, telling people that, and it's true, but he's all the time engaging people and telling them that they are divine. One of the things that I noted the last time that I saw him in Orlando, Florida, at the Shaktipat Intensive, was that he said to the group that had managed to be present that when I look at you, I am looking at divine beings. And this is how he sees you. And this is because he's looking at you literally through the lens of the seventh chakra. Now, what's interesting is that as I move forward and discuss the other teachers and how they relate to you, and then some other special energetic aspects that they carry in their field, you'll begin to see how each teacher is moving along, or moving forward, along their path of healing the collective. Now, the next teacher here is Amri Desai, and when I engage his system, what I see as the most active center of force would be the sixth chakra, or the Ajna center. And this is really interesting because when I engage him, what I see is that his path of knowledge or of wisdom is actually the path of the third eye or the intellect. And this is the particular chakra through which he engages the collective energy of humanity. Now, one of the things that I noticed when he was talking, he and Panache were talking at the most recent event in Orlando, was that Panache Desai was telling somebody in the crowd that when I look at you, you know, you are the supreme realized beings. And Amri had made a comment that, well, you know, you speak to them from such a high level, I don't know if they can hear you. And what's really interesting is that, you know, Amri would be speaking from the path of the intellect or the third eye, and so he'd be conveying to you a path of attaining that sort of level of realization, which is quite high. You know, there are a number of people who can hear that they are divine beings, but for the time being, that is not a part of their experiential consciousness. It's something that they've read, something that they've heard, but it's not something yet that they can truly engage. Now, the third teacher that I've had a chance to spend some time with recently is the hugging saint known as Amma. And when I engage her system, the chakra that is most prevalent or most active in her system would be her heart center. Now, what's really interesting about the teacher Amma from this particular level is that it begins to explain her work, especially as it pertains to wanting to heal the collective consciousness. Now, when I engage her field, again, her heart center is certainly the most active, but she's also built a really close unity, or, in fact, there's a chakra at the back of her head, which is called the executive center, and this is according to the work of Barbara Brennan, that has actually formed a functional unity with Amma's heart center. And so this gives you some insight into her executive ability to bring her heart energy into the world as a healing agent. Now, this is really fantastic because there's another level that I want to share with you, and that is what I call the heart purpose of each of these teachers as it relates to their crown chakras, and then as it further relates to another aspect of their field which I will share with you. Now, the heart purpose of Panache Desai, or his spiritual gift that he brings to humanity, is the archetype of the one who invokes God in others. And I'm going to just write for short, invokes God, and you will know that it means in others. So invokes God. Now, if you look at what he's doing in terms of touching people, when I engaged his energy clairvoyantly and first saw him work, not in person but through my third eye center, what I saw was the one who connects points of light within an individual. And really what he's doing is, in some sense, connecting or awakening God consciousness within the individual. Literally, he is invoking God within them. Now, the higher heart purpose, or the heart purpose of Amri Desai, is the archetype of the one who brings others into the effulgence of God. Now, interestingly enough, when I was at the last intensive with him, he was doing group energy work, and literally I saw him make energy contacts with those individuals who were present and draw them into his shishuma, where they were basically graced with divine presence, or a divine flood of energy. Now, so here we have, I'm going to write down here, draws others into the effulgence of God. So I'm just going to write effulgence of God. Now, with Amma, I had a chance to engage her energy field and watch her again work with individuals. And when I engaged her heart center, what I saw was the archetype of the one who invokes or brings down grace upon others. And so, literally, what I saw was a shower of energy that she is able to invoke and call down for people as a healing force. And so for those individuals who experience this healing with others, this healing while with her, it's literally an aspect of her energy that she is able to convey and carry to other people. So here I'm going to write showers of grace. Now, further, what I'm going to do is to close this segment and go on to part 2, where I will finish up talking with you about these teachers and how they relate to humanity with their gifts.